Hello, so let's continue to look at the chapter 9, which is plotting with pandas and seaborn. So first we will look at line charts. So the line charts is we'll start here, line plots. So series and data frame each have a plot attribute for making some basic plot types. By default, plot makes line plots. So that's how we make line plots. And at the same time, so the series objects index is passed to matplotlib for plotting on the exercise. Though we can disable this by passing use index is equal to false, the x-axis ticks and the limits can be adjusted with the x ticks, the x lim options, and the y-axis can use y ticks and the y lim. So data frames plot method plots each of its columns as a different line on the same subplot, creating a legend automatically, which I think it is very convenient. See, we have, because we have 4 columns, so we have 4 lines. And the next thing we will look at is the bar plots. So for bar plot dot bar and the plot bar H make vertical and horizontal bar plots. And in here we can see, okay, so we can join this bar plot. Okay, so it looks like this. So the options color K and alpha 0.7 set the color of plots to black and use partial transparency on the filling. And with the data frame, bar plots group the values in each row together in a group in bars side by side. So this is a data frame. So what's this data frame looks like? Okay, it looks like this, and then we want to join a bar chart, which looks like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each one of them has A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So I think it's too large, so we can set the size. Use the fixed size to set the size to make it smaller. So for example, yeah, like this. Okay, we can set the size here. Let me check if it is smaller for the size. Yeah, it is smaller, see. And the next part we will look at is, the df plots bar H. We can create stacked bar plots from data frame by passing stacked is equal to true, use bar H. So here's how we do it. Okay, we use this bar H and get what we want, and we use stacked is equal to true. So if we don't use stack is equal to true, then A, B, C, D will be separately showed here. And useful recipe for bar plots is to visualize the series value frequency, use value counts. So like S dot value counts, then plot bar. And then let's close all. So next part we will look at is we want to look at an example data set. And suppose we want to make a stacked bar plot showing the percentage of data points for each party size on each day. So this is the data set. And we do the cross tab. And this is the result. So tips and size And then the party counts is like this. So this is the party counts, right? And then what we do is, okay, party percentage. So how to do party percentage? What we can do is like this, and then we will do the bar chart. So I think the most difficult part is how you use div to create the percentage. Then so right now we can see the party sizes appear to increase on the weekend in the data set. So with data that requires aggregation and summarization before making a plot, using the Seaborn package can make things much simpler. So for example, we have Seaborn, and then we have tape percentage. We can create tape percentage. Okay, it's here, and so this is tapes. We have tape percentage, and then this is what we want. Okay, it's pretty large, and I don't think that's what we want, so we need to actually to make it smaller. So in this way, wave plotting functions in Seaborn take a data argument, which can be a pandas data frame. The other arguments refer to column names. So because there are multiple observations for each value in that day, the bars are the average value of tape percentage. So the black lines in here drawn on the bars represent a 95% confidence interval. And the Seaborn bar plot has a hue option that enables us to split by an additional categorical value. So what we can do, yeah, let me change the size of the plot here. So what we will use to set a plot is fixed size. Okay, where is fixed size? Fixed size, okay. Okay, so this is the original fixed size, right? And so why in the later picture, later plot, the size is so large, especially for this. Okay, it's smaller, which is great. Okay, right now it is smaller, and we have the hue. So when we have hue, we can know, okay, for dinner or lunch. So we can see actually for lunch, we'll get more tip, right? And then close all, and also the Seaborn has changed the aesthetics of plots, default color plate, plot background, and grid colors, grid line colors. So we can switch between different plot appearance use Seaborn set. Then the next part we will look at is histogram. Histogram is a kind of bar plot that gives a discretized display of value frequency. The data points are split into discrete evenly spaced bins, and the number of data points in each bin is plotted using the tipping data from before. We can make a histogram of tip percentages of the total bill using the plot hist method on the series. So we can find just a series and to draw our histogram. And this is the result we have. And we can also join the density. So density formed by computing an estimate of the continuous probability distribution that might have generated observed data. The usual procedure is to approximate this distribution as a mixture of kernels. So that is simpler distribution like the normal distribution. So density plots are also known as kernel density estimate plots using plot.kde. Mix a density plot using a conventional mixture of normals estimate. So t percentage plot density. That's what we need to do. And then we get this density plot. So Seaborn make histograms and density plots even easier through its district plot method, which can plot both a histogram and a continuous density estimate at the same time. So as an example, consider a bimodal distribution consisting of draws from two different standard normal distributions. Okay, so this is normal distributions. This is two normal this is okay, camp 1 and the camp 2, and the camp, they are two series, I think. So this is 2, 1, and this is 2. So we have two of them, and then we have values. Okay, this is the values. And SNS distributed plot. This means that's color which is equal to K. Okay, we have values, we have PD series, and we have values. So right now we want to use this plot. So it said that, okay, it is a function that remove in the future version. So maybe we can use his plot. So what is his plot? Let's see. Okay, this is his plot. So the next part we will look at scatter and point plots. Point plots or scatter can be a useful way to examine the relationship between two one-dimensional data series. So for example, we have this, and what we want is to know the relationship of M1 and this column unemployment. So we can see this is the relationship, and also we want to know we can use the pair plot. We can use a pair plot to say the relationship of or correlation of each column or each like category, each parameters or each input variables. So in EDA, it's helpful to be able to look at all the scatter plots among a group of variables. This is known as pair plot or scatter plot matrix. So making such a plot from scratch is a bit of work. So Seaborn has a convenient pair plot function, which supports placing histograms or density estimates of each variable along the diagonal. And we will notice plot KWS argument, KWS argument. This enables us to pass down configuration options to the individual plotting calls on the diagonal elements. And so next part we will look at is the facet grades and the categorical data. So about data sets where we have additional grouping dimensions, one way to realize data with many categorical variables is to use a facet grade. Seaborn has useful built-in function that simplifies make many kinds of facet plots. So this is how we create it. Use this plot thing, and instead of grouping by time by different bar colors with a faucet, we can also expand. Okay, I need to know how to pronounce that part, which is facet, not faucet. It's facet. So facet grid by adding one row per time value. So we can see this is when we do, okay, it's in chapter. Yeah, so we set the color to be smoker, and we set the row to be time. And the next part, so vector plot supports fact plots. Yeah, supports other plot types that may be useful depending on what you are trying to display. For example, box plots can be an effective visualization type. So here, what we are doing, okay, is box plot, and we can create our own facet grid plots using more general Seaborn facet grid class. So that's all about chapter 9, and I will talk about chapter 10 in the next half an hour. So see you soon.